Hey guys, we're back for another video. I hope you guys are doing well. Thank you guys for being here. Yes, we have a few topics. This is a quick pop in, so we won't be here too long. All right. Y'all know I always hit you guys up with a quick little pop in. So let's get on in here and get this tea for the peoples. All right. Everything said in the video is a legend, in my opinion, and is used for fair use and entertainment, as you guys can see going across my screen. Okay. Let's get into the topics. Okay. Shout out to Grandma 504 being in the building. Thanks for being here, ma'am. Thanks for being here, living with purpose. Thanks for being here, Stacy Lane, Amber Shelby. Hello, Amber Bloom. Flower Bloom. Amber Bloom. Amber Shelby, Flower Bloom, Shirley Terry, Sunny Days. Hello. Thank you guys for being here. Y'all like my new background? I've been playing with some backgrounds today, so I said let me add a couple backgrounds, just adding some stuff on my laptop here. Y'all like the background? Little beachy scene. Y'all like it? Everybody like it? Everybody like it? I uploaded a few, so I'll probably like switch back and forth. So I know you guys are probably tired of the of the brick wall. Says it pour me up a cup. Oh, what y'all drinking? What y'all drinking? They said pour me up a cup. What y'all drinking? Hey, Aunt Natty, what's up? Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here. Stacy Lane, I see you say yes, I like it. Says I love your music outro. Oh, thank you so much, Amber Shelby. Y'all, hey, we got music over here. I'm a music person, so definitely you guys gonna jam out and rock out over here. Okay. So thanks for being here. Ruth Folks says yes. So y'all like the background. So I'll be switching up, momentarily. Not in this live. We're gonna try to keep this one on, but if I pop in for another live, we might have another background. So I'm just, it said the water background looks better. Y'all like that? You like that? It's a little brighter. It's a little, trying to get away from the brick wall theme. Okay. We'll still use it from time to time, but just kind of change it. So y'all like that. Let's get into the show though. Okay. I've already done my disclaimer. Let's get into our video. Okay. Into our topics. All right. So Porsha Williams, guys. Porsha Williams is going after Drew Sidora. Them two. Lord, it's a hot mess. Lord, it's a hot mess. I hope you guys enjoyed the Car Chronicles video earlier this morning. Please don't forget to go by there and hit the like button if you forgot. Okay, it's okay. You can always go and just tap it. Go to that video and tap the like button. Okay, and it's real quick. You ain't even got to be over there 30 seconds. Okay, not even 10 seconds. It's real quick. Okay, so you can support the video because I know you guys had a great time. I went back and I reviewed the chat. You guys I had a lot of laughing emojis in there, so that means you guys had a wonderful time. You got your laugh on. You got your, y'all were cutting up real bad and I enjoyed it. So yes, definitely check that out. All right. And hit that like button for me. I know you can do it. All right, hold on. All right, y'all see it up on my screen. Child Porsha. Porsha is doing the damn most per usual. All right, so Porsha believes that Drew Sidora's storyline with her estranged ex-husband Ralph and Dennis is a fake storyline for this season. But why do you care, Porsha? She is riding Drew Sidora real hard this season. Like, damn, she is really pressed about Drew filming with her baby daddy Dennis. Damn, girl. Like, let's get into what she had to say.
When it comes to the Dennis and the Drew, by the way, go pick up her album. I think it's great. I think she did a great job with this. And baby daddy, you did a good job too. All right. They did a good job. But I have to say this.
Hold on. Big sip.
I have to expose something. Or maybe I don't have to, but I want to. I don't believe it. I don't believe the storyline. I don't. I really can see full picture now that the Dennis and Drew and Ralph, to me, feels like a made-up storyline between three of them. I'm sorry. I think so. And I think so because, just think about it. On this show, this is clearly my show and Drew's show, right? And the other wives, it's their show as well. But this is our platform, right? And a lot of people use the platform to like launch off whatever. And she's launching off music. So I feel like this plan of working together and doing something behind my back, like, working together and all that, it was meant to be shocking to me. It was supposed to cause me to react like I did on the show, which would in turn make it a storyline and make it something that y'all would be interested in, which would make her album something to be interested in. And I'll tell you why. There's no reason that Drew, who could not have texted me and told me that they were going to be filming together or working together. And at the end of the day, when it comes to whether they slept together and all that, That's none of my business. I never get in Dennis's personal life business and who he's sleeping with. And honestly, he don't need to be in mine. Okay, we don't do that. I'm only talking about like what would piss me off. What's gonna piss Porsha off? Oh, I know. Working with someone she's working with, and I tell her it's all principle at the end of the day. It's just principle. It's not like whether they want to be together or because if you choose who you choose, and that's how it works out for you guys. Great, because nobody gets to choose who you're gonna fall in love with and whatever. In this life, if it happens, grab it. Okay, grab it. And who the fuck am I to speak on if you get with Dennis when clear out? Simon, come on, we got together. Okay, I'm saying? He was at the end of his divorce, had signed his settlement agreement, was waiting on the judge, just like where I'm at right now. So if I date, don't judge me either. Okay, it is what it is. And I feel like for them, if that's what they wanted to do, that's fine. But he knows he would be upset. Talking about this, he would be upset if I went to work with his person at the hot dog factory. Like he would be mad. If he found out I was working with him. Or just to say Drew, she's a better example. If I went and did a podcast with Ralph and she didn't know about it, she would be upset about it. Not only do a podcast with him, film with him about it on the show. And by the way, give him an opportunity to possibly talk about her on the show. Come on now. It just makes sense. Y'all ever see this said? Cynthia said she would drag my ass or drag anybody if they call her baby daddy, okay? And Kanye said if anybody called Marky Mark with a nose ring, she was gonna have a problem with that. So come on now, let's just be honest. It is what it is. It's just crazy. It's like weird energy. But the part where I think it's fake is because they got me to react. It worked, clearly. I mean, if anybody can get, touch a nerve with Porsha, it's gonna be Dennis at the end of the day. There's some trauma there, there's some love there from back in the day. Look, he can get to you. Okay, your baby daddy can always poke whatever he needs to poke. When I was at Porsha, I was sitting at Porsha and I saw Ralph. And Ralph was like, hey Porsha. And I was like, hey, how you been? He was like, I'm good. And I was like, y'all straight now? He was like, what you mean? I was like, you and Dennis, are y'all straight? He was like, no, man, I don't really understand what's going on with that. I don't really know. I said, you don't really know? I said, y'all not cool? He was like, I don't know, we cool. And I said, oh, okay, all right. I said, well, I thought y'all would have been passing by now. I thought y'all would have talked about it. He said, no. I said, oh, okay, all right. No problem. Fast forward, Dennis texted me and he's like, what do you say? Drew is really upset. And I was like, what she upset about? He's like, she got some flowers at the house and Ralph takes it from me. And I said, huh? I said, nobody give a fuck about Drew. Like, I don't care what he's telling me this for. He's like, I mean, just in case you want to use it for storyline. I said, Nick, nobody gives a fuck about Drew right now. Not that I'm hating on the bitch, but I don't care. And so we on the phone and I thought to myself, did you try to insert something in the storyline? Like, okay, that was weird. Fast forward again, Atlanta had their very first premiere party. Y'all remember that? We had our very first premiere party for our show. And I sent Dennis a message like, hey, you need to come to the premiere party. And he was like, what? And I said, yeah, you all over the show. And they're like, what you mean? Should you come? Yeah, I should come. But by the beach. But he was like, okay. He was like, well, you know what, if I come, but I may just come with Ralph then. I said, Ralph? He was like, yeah. I said, but I thought y'all was beefing me. He said, me? Why would I beef with Ralph? I said, oh, y'all not beefing? He said, no. I said, oh, okay. I went to the phone. I said, this man, I forgot that he said he was beefing with him. So I said, okay, all right, I got it. I see what's going on. This was a whole setup. This was all set up to sell this music, okay? And everybody is in on it at the end of the day. Oh. And they're just using it. So I'm leaving it there. But that's what I think. I think the whole Drew and Dennis of it all is fake. I also heard that Drew was at she was about to go to an event. Another housewife told me this because we were like, I think it's fake. Another housewife was like, oh, there's this event coming up, and Drew was like, oh, I should invite Ralph to that. And the girl was like, Ralph? And she was like, oh yeah, he and I, we just have a funny relationship like that. How is it funny? Is y'all going to divorce or not? Because I'm telling you right now, I ain't inviting my strange husband to nothing. Okay, not a nothing. Here. Okay. So I'm like, that's weird. And so I don't know.
Okay, guys. I didn't speed it up. Like it's literally how it is on here. Like this literally how it is. Okay. Not sure why it's this fast. Let me see something. Oh yeah, that's not. I'm not sure why it's this fast.
You know what we're gonna do? Because we're watching the show together. We're gonna all keep an eye on it. We're gonna all keep an eye on it. Okay, we're gonna keep an eye on it. When it comes to the Dennis and the Drew, by the way, go pick up her album. I think it's great. I think she did a great job with this. And baby daddy, you did a good job too. All right, they did a good job. But I have to say this.
So she's saying that the storyline between Drew Sidora, Ralph, and Dennis, that is fake. Like they're trying to have some fake beef between Ralph and Dennis. And she's saying that Dennis is saying that he didn't have no beef with Ralph. She don't know where that came from after Ralph said that they had some slight beef going on between he and Dennis. And when she ran into Dennis, she said, Dennis said, yeah, we don't have no beef. I don't know what you're talking about. So she's saying that she feel like behind the scenes that they're making up something to strengthen their storyline on the show. And she thinks that their beef and that their situation on this show is fake, minus Drew Sidora trying to promote her music. So I don't know. I feel like Porsha feels a way that Drew is filming with Dennis, and she's got a little slight jealousy because I think she still has some feelings for Dennis. You know, I think she's leaving the door open, as the song says, for Dennis, and maybe she should as her baby daddy if they want to spin the block. Who am I to tell you not to spin the block? Try to show baby daddy, okay? If y'all figure it out and y'all want to be back together, go ahead. I ain't trying to tell nobody not to be together. But it's giving a little slight jealousy there, if you will, Porsha. You kind of look a little jealous. Now, we already said that about Shamil. You look jealous on this show, also with Shamil, all right? And now it's trickling on down to Drew Sidora in the little Dennis situation with Ralph and them over there. So I don't know, girl. Maybe you can figure it out. Maybe you can't. We're going to move on, though, okay? Somebody else who need to figure it out is the beef that's going on between Kanye West and Boosie. So Kanye West has something smart to say about Boosie's accident. Okay, y'all know Kanye is gonna come out, child. Now he just said the other day in a post, and I saw he said that he was diagnosed bipolar, allegedly. And yeah, we knew something was wrong. We knew something was not right with Kanye. So he's spoken up about Boosie's recent accident that he had. All right. So they said that Kanye seemingly disses Boosie after the scary car accident. He said, "Let this be a lesson." Who says that? Of all things, like, you couldn't say, "I hope he's okay. I hope he's not hurt in this accident. Let this be a lesson." It's like, ha ha ha. It's like giving that. Like, damn, Kanye, really? Let's child. All right. So this is what Kanye had to say. You guys see it on my screen. Kanye be doing the most, don't he? I'm so tired of his crazy ass. That's why your wife left you, sir. That is why Bianca left your ass, because she was tired of your crazy bullshit. All right, so Kanye West says, "Man, can everyone let this be a lesson? Don't have the handlers make you go against God's favorite." Who's God's favorite? You? Says, "For my entire life, every stupid ass bum ninja never barely even heard of that come out of the woods works coming at me." Says something bad always happens to them. So do you now have this God complex to where nothing ever happens to you? Everything happens to everyone else that has something to say about you? Like, no, it's weird. It gives weird energy. Not sure why you have this weird energy towards Boosie. I'm pretty sure he hasn't said anything to you. That's Boosie's accident right there that happened. Okay, we already covered that. All right. Yeah, that's the accident there. Okay, we're not gonna watch again. So let's get into this.
Was involved.
Breakfast Club, it says, involved in a serious car accident with multiple injuries. Let's get into it.
In a serious car crash with reportedly multiple people injured. So Monday, April 7th, 2025, there was a video that began to surface online of a car accident scene. There was multiple people laying on the ground in this video injured, and you see Boosie standing up. He's talking to, I believe it's like a cop or like a paramedic that's on the scene. So people, of course, were like, "Yo, what's going on? Is Boosie okay? What's happening?" So I reached out. I spoke to Boosie's publicist, and Boosie's publicist told me at the time that because Boosie hadn't spoke out yet, that Boosie was okay. He wasn't hurt in the car accident. People were reporting that the car accident took place in Memphis. It actually took place in Georgia.
Now that I covered this morning, so we're gonna skip
the car, and like he was in pain. So
why Charlamagne got
down? I don't know.
I would have did that depending on what kind of truck.
Charlamagne, what the fuck is this? Charlamagne, what is this wig, sir? No, okay. What is this wig? All right, so I do want to pull because I think I saved it where Boosie said what he had to say. Okay, this is so stupid. Like, honestly, with this content, guys, I got to keep you guys in tune with what's going on in the YouTube streets. All right, so let me pull up what Boosie had to say, because baby, it's just a lot. It's a lot. Okay, hold on. All right, hold on. All right, so I'm gonna stop sharing it and I'm gonna pull it up. Let me pull up right quick because I got it. Lord. There you go. Let's pull up what Boosie is saying. Cause child, I didn't know that him and Kanye were beefing like that. Kanye is just team too much though. Oh shit. I'm sorry. Hold on. Here. Okay. Lord. All right, here we go. Boom. So let's play what Boosie had to say. Present, share, boom. All right, let's get it. It says the Boosie speaks out after being involved in a car accident. Okay.
Fresh out the hospital. No, I ain't wrecked no car. I don't never wreck no car. Stupid wreck my car. My fourth car in 6 months. I ain't never wrecked it. So that's what it is. I ain't wrecking nothing. It is what it is, though. Headed to buy me 2 more. Right now. Fresh out the hospital.
Say yes, cars is ready. He had to go buy 2 more right now. He done in less than 6 months. He done had been in 2 accidents. So let's get into. All right, so that's what his publicist had to say. Da, da, da. So Kanye West throws a shot at Boosie, as you guys can see. We already know Boosie gonna respond. I already know I'm gonna be right here to to put the response up once he does respond. So I haven't seen anywhere where Boosie's responded to what Kanye West had to say. Unless he's going to take the higher road, I don't know. But if he chooses not to, we will definitely be here to pull up what he had to say. Okay, but so far that's all Boosie's had to say after Kanye West came out to troll him and pretty much say good for you, about this damn accident. That's so stupid. All right, so let's move on to the next topic. Kenya Moore comes for her boss, Andy Cohen, child. Let's get into it. Girl, don't mess around now and not be able to come. Don't Nene leaks your ass over there on Bravo. All right? Do not Nene leaks your ass over there, Kenya, running your damn mouth, because you know how you get now. All right, so Kenya Moore slams Bravo and Andy Cohen, co-host, over Brittany Edie's fallout, says that why would they ignore a clear pow threat? Okay, so she is mad, of course, because, and we talked about this, I'm tired of talking about it, but we got to get into it. Kenya is mad because they're pretty much overlooking this said alleged threat that she says Britt Edie had towards her or put out towards her, and they're just really focusing on the fact that she put out the revenge piece. So she's upset about it. Let's get into this.
What happened is that Britt made a comment at the end of last week's episode, like, I have a gun and a whip, or something like that.
I saw that.
And on this week's episode, they all said to Britt that you can't say that shit. And she was like, yeah, you're right. Whatever. What happened is that Britt made a comment at the end of last week's episode, like, I have a gun and a whip, or something like that.
I saw that.
And on this week's episode, they all said to Britt that you can't say that shit. And she was like, yeah, you're right. Whatever. What happened is that Britt made a comment at the end of last week's.
Okay. So that's what had happened. That's what Andy had to say. So it said that the way that they're ignoring Britt's pow threats is disgusting, that they treat the black housewives differently. If this happened, let's go over because hold on. All right. So let's get into what Kenya had to say, because they didn't even finish saying what they had to say on that particular post. So this is what Kenya just recently had to say 26 minutes ago, as you guys can see. The two co-hosts are extremely ignorant. Sexual assault is rape. Yeah, not necessarily. She says, remember, that's what Phaedra accused Candy of attempting to do to Porsha. She goes on to say that revenge, PORN, question mark. She said, if someone showed Kim K's sex tape to you, is that revenge, PORN? She said that I found that plus tons of others online. She signed a release for it, so it's a fair receipt. She goes on to say the warning: if you are not an attorney and familiar with Georgia law, then shut the F up. Oh, Kenya. Says, sick of the bias and selective outrage. These comments should not have aired. It's a podcast. Says that where is legal. Says you don't want activated Kenya. I shouldn't have shown at my event, but for the love of God, why would you ignore a clear pow threat? So she telling people shut the F up. Y'all are not attorneys and you're speaking on this. So it's giving that she may be wanting to seek some legal advice. I hope she paid them back taxes on that house before she spend that good old money on an attorney. But girl, that's not going to get you back on the show. That's not going to get you back on the show, Kenya, to be sitting here talking crazy and talking crazy about the boss and to the boss, telling people they need to shut the F up. There ain't no attorneys involved in certain conversations. Yeah, it's not. But keep in mind that you do not want to Nene leaks your ass up off this show. Like maybe it's just a little suspension so you can cool down and that's just their Bravo's protocol or whatnot. But you're starting to get a little too ahead of yourself here with these damn posts. Like stop posting and just take your pop on the hand like everybody else do around here and don't do that shit no more. All right. Maybe they're gearing up to have some type of ramifications or some kickback or something with Britt Edie. We don't know what Bravo is getting ready to do with Britt Edie. We don't know. But just because they haven't done it yet and you haven't seen them take action against her yet, it's given that you are being very much so impatient at the fact that they haven't come after her or maybe suspended her from the show. Maybe that's what she's looking for Bravo to do. Why y'all ain't let her off the show and you let me off the show? elementary bullshit. But at the end of the day, they chose to go after who they wanted to go after, and that's their choice. All right, you're their employee. You did not follow protocol, and you got sat down a little bit. Okay, so if they choose not to go after Britt Eady, that's just what the fuck they choose not to do. So you making these long ass posts telling people to shut the F up, and if I show Kim K's tape, so you still out here trying to show some more damn tapes. Sit your ass down. If I showed Kim K's SEX tape to you, is that revenge P? Girl, we don't even care no more. I don't even fucking care no more. I really don't. All right. So it says the Kenya Moore is calling out Andy Cohen's co-host and Bravo over how the Brittany Eady situation has been handled. Says that the co-hosts are extremely ignorant, sick of the bias and selective outrage. She wrote, said that why would they ignore a clear pow threat? Kenya also challenged their claims of revenge PORN, defended by her actions, and warned them not to speak on Georgia law if they are not qualified. Of course, you guys just heard me read what she said. If you are not an attorney and familiar with Georgia law, then shut the F up, okay? You might want to shut the F up for your ass not be back on the show again, and you're going to have to be out here pop, lock, and drop over there at Magic City, okay? With them damn clear heels on. That's what you might want to do, because they did not fire you. They suspended you, which means there may be an open door for you to return back to the show. But if you're going to start talking real haughty and be out here with your chest out too far, then they may just go ahead and Nene leaks your ass up off this fucking show. Okay, you better go talk to Nene and ask her how that shit feel, because she is begging and pleading, please, 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 to get her ass back on the show. Nah. Over there begging like Lenny Williams to get back on Real Housewives of Atlanta, and Andy Cohen is over there like this. This Andy reaction. Nene said, yeah, if the money is right, if they ask me, if they email me, if they reach out to me, then of course I'll come back. Andy's like, that means bitch never. And that is a shame, because Nene and Andy were like that. Like Nene and Andy were cool. So girl, don't fuck up the setup. Sit down, okay? You messing up the setup for real. Don't fuck it up, girl. Sit down. Somebody else who need to sit down out here. Now, I told you guys about Bambi Child from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Bambi and Spice, they're having a little issue over there on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Well, y'all know they both put a song out against each other called 11, where Bambi was saying that Scrappy had 11 baby mamas, 11 cents in the bank. Child, it was a mess. Then she also added some mess in there about Spice. She talked about her blue wig and some other things about her. Spice then retaliated in terms of saying that Bambi looked like a horse with brown teeth and a blonde wig. And it was a whole bunch of mess, child. Two grown-ass women acting like kindergartners, throwing insults. And did I enjoy it? Maybe. But now it's gone a little too far, because Spice has said that she reacts to Love and Hip Hop star Bambi calling ICE to send her back home, honey, to Jamaica after they had this little song beef. So Bambi went and called ICE on Spice to get her deported child back to Jamaica. What the hell? Isn't that serious? Because a lot of people were saying that they feel like Spice kind of ate Bambi up in their little song battle. Okay. Of course, Spice is going to have like a little Jamaican feel to hers. I think this Spice song sound better than Bambi's. Bambi sound like she was reading her shit off the paper. Spice has had like a little, Jamaican vibe to it. I was like, okay, I like this. You could tell that her flow, that she was just kind of freestyling, or maybe that she remembered her lines when or her rap verses or whatever when she was on the mic, versus Bambi sounded like she was reading it word for word. So I really couldn't connect too much with Bambi, and I think a lot of people felt the same way in terms of saying, okay, yeah, Spice ate on that. She ate and licked the plate on that shit. So let's get into what Spice had to say. She feels a way about Bambi calling ICE to get her deported. That's some low down bullshit. Like, take your L, girl, and sit your horse face ass down.
ICE can come for me. I swear to you, I know for a fact I pay more tax in this country more than you that's talking about ICE is coming for me. Baby, you got the wrong one. You got the wrong one. ICE can come for me, baby. That's where you went wrong. And I want to make you know for a fact.
Come on.
Your artist, I'm paying more tax. I'm in a different tax bracket. And I'm paying more tax than you that just made the comment. And that's facts on God. ICE ain't coming for me, baby. No illegal shit not there, so. I mean, no say I don't like make them look a comment there, but I want to make sure say say clap that, I clap that T. ICE can come for me. I swear to you, I know for a fact I pay more tax in this country more than you.
So that's Spice clapping back to Bambi, honey. Like, bitch, I don't give a damn if you call ICE, okay? You can call ICE, you can call IC. I don't give a hot damn who you call. She's like, bitch, I'm not gonna be deported. Okay, I'm here legally. I got my visa papers and all of that, honey. I'm supposed to be here. You just mad because I did you on that song over there. So now you trying to get me up out the country so you can shine. That's all it is. Because the Spice ain't here. You feel like your song gonna do a little bit better. Let me give you the buzzer, girl. Spice said, girl, no, you ain't even the same tax bracket as me, bitch. You had to move because you couldn't pay the rent. Scrappy didn't have his part of the rent, so you got evicted, girl. That means that your money it's not long enough. Okay, I'm live, sir. Okay, in a second, let me get off live first. Close my door. Thank you. Yeah. So continuing on, honey. So that's what Spice had to say. Okay, and she let Bambi's ass know, baby. Oh yeah, you're not in the same tax bracket, so shut your ass up. Okay. And moving on. Yes, honey. Hold on, guys. Okay, I'm back, child. The kids are, child, my son is out for spring break this week. Oh my God. And he's already getting on my nerves. All right. Damn. So let's get to the last topic. All right. Last topic, child. So I can go deal with him. All right, so Matthew Knowles, child, Beyonce daddy is out here trying to get people together at the radio station. Okay, now he's not getting a spanking, child. He wants to do something, and I'm telling him he has to wait because mother is on live. We're not going to stop our live to go and do that, so you got to wait. All right, it's called patience. All right, but anyway, Lord. All right, so Matthew Knowles, which is Beyonce's daddy. Okay, now he was kind of right in terms of how he said it, but he was a little too aggressive in tone. All right, y'all know how the older people say you address me as Mr. this or Mr. or Mrs. that. So that's what he was trying to tell the people down at the radio station, and he had to get them together. And the lady at the radio station was like, "Excuse me." All right, so Matthew Knowles gets upset after a host child down there at the radio station with Young Jock addresses him or doesn't address him by Mr. All right, maybe they don't address you like that, or maybe they didn't have the respect for you like that because of how you did Beyonce and her mama over there. Okay, you went out here and had a little side piece, and then you went married the side piece and had a little side baby and whatnot, and you tried to holler at not Latoya Luckett. What's the other child on there that you got rid of on the damn out the damn group of Destiny's Child, because she wouldn't give you no nookie, so you kicked her out the group. The real pretty one, the one that the one they said couldn't sing real good, but she was just in the group. What's her name, y'all? Shit, I don't know. But anyway, so she told it in an interview that Matthew Knowles was trying to push up on her and trying to get some. It was Latavia. Maybe Latavia. I don't know. Anyway, so she's saying that she was saying that Matthews tried to holler at her child and tried to push up on her a little bit while they was in the group Destiny's Child, and she turned him down and ignored him, child, served him dust, and his old ass done went out here and kicked the girl out the group. I said, well, hot damn, sir. Let's get into what he said here, because he liked them young ones, because his wife is young, okay? And he got a young child, and y'all know Beyonce and them don't even up and fool with it. Yeah, it was Latavia. Thank y'all for co-signing in the comments down there. It was Latavia. Because he was sitting back watching her say my name on the stage. And he was like, yeah, I'm going to make you say my name. And if you don't, I'm kicking you out the group. But she was like, I don't show old ass. Ain't nobody about to sit here and wait for you to take no blue pill for your shit to be burned. Like, nah. I don't want your old ass, Matthew. What she look like being with your old ass when they were touring with Jagged Edge and everybody else? She like, nigga, I'm trying to holler at Jagged Edge. I don't want your old ass shooting worms everywhere. Matthew was trying to give Latavia them worms, because y'all know they say old men give you worms, girl, if you lay with them. But he was trying to give Latavia some of them old ass worms his ass had. But let's get into this interview.
Atlanta, if you're just tuning in, this is Mr. Knowles, Mr. Matthew Knowles.
So Matthew Knowles, that's what we're speaking with right now. His book, Racism from the Eyes of a Child. I mean, it sounds like
you ever call me damn Matthew Knowles. Nobody calls me.
What do you want to be called, sir? You tell me, because it's
Mr. Knowles.
Oh, Mr. You don't like your first name?
No, I'm 66 and a grown ass man that's accomplished a lot of things. You see, anyone 60, their 60s, you say Mr. and Mrs.
And I do. And I'm from the South, born and raised. However,
my mama would be really disappointed. People that call me Matthew are people that I know that they're friends of mine. And, we're in the same circles, financial circles, and in those type of meetings. But nobody.
I feel you. You in a whole nother tax bracket. You better put a mister on that thing.
Go get your ass on up. Atlanta, if you're just tuning in, this.
He's talking about, I've accomplished a lot of things. What, cheating? So cause you cheated real good, she got to call you Mr. Matthew? Nah, nigga, you Matthew around here, okay? I don't give a damn if you was 166. You still gonna be Matthew. If I see you anywhere out in these damn streets, I'm gonna walk up to you and say, hey, Matthew, okay? And you better not get slick with me, because I'm gonna read your ass down. I'm gonna remind you how you treated Beyonce and their mama, because she's still mad about that. She done broke up her damn marriage to Richard Lawson over there, all right? Because she was still mad at your ass. She was over there fussing at Richard, talking about how bad he was in bed, because your ass was out here getting high and trying to be with the girls in the damn group. Yeah, I'm telling your damn business. Matthew. Oh, broke down ass.
Kim, you had a question.
Yeah, I wanted to ask Maya her views on interracial relationships.
Oh, thank you. And first, I'm Miss Angelo.
Miss Angelo.
Yes, ma'am. I'm not Maya. I'm 62 years old. I have lived so long and tried so hard that a young woman like you or any other you have no license to come up to me and call me by my first name. That's first. That's first. Also, because at the same time, I am your mother, I'm your auntie, I'm your teacher, I'm your professor. You see?
Damn.
Kim, you had a question.
Yeah, I wanted to ask Maya her views on interracial relationships.
Oh, thank you. And first, I'm Miss Angelo.
Miss Angelo.
Yes, ma'am. I'm not Maya. I'm 62 years old. I have lived so long and tried so hard that a young woman like you or any other you have no license to come up to me and call me by my first name. That's first. That's first. Also, because at the same time, I am your mother, I'm your auntie, I'm your teacher, I'm your professor. You see? Kim, you had a question.
Maya said, baby, you don't have the license to up and call me Maya. It's Mrs. Maya. Now, see, you call her Mrs. Maya, but Matthew, you should call him Matthew, all right? You ain't got to do all that extra shit with Matthew because he ain't shit. But Maya Angelou, yeah, you call her Miss Maya, and she was right to let you know, bitch, you ain't got no license to up and call me Maya, okay? And still I'll rise up out this chair and commence to come up over there. That's what she was about to say to you, okay? Maya said, baby, still I can rise out of this chair, because y'all know she's unalive right now. Rest in peace to her, but baby, when she was alive, she got you together, okay? And she said, you know, baby, still I can rise up out of my chair, because y'all know that was her poem, and still I rise, okay? Still she can rise up out of that chair and come over there and put that belt upon you for disrespecting her, thinking you had the license to up and call her Maya, okay? Let's get back to Matthew with his sorry, bald-headed cheek.
This is Mr. Knowles, Mr. Matthew Knowles.
So Matthew Knowles, that's who we're speaking with right now. His book, Racism from the Eyes of a Child. I mean, it sounds like...
Did you hear her call me down, Matthew Knowles?
That's who you are? Yeah. So Beyonce's daddy, okay, her wayward daddy, Matthew Knowles, wasn't too happy about being called by his first name, says that he wanted to be addressed as Mr. Knowles, okay? No, we're not addressing you as Mr. Now, I get it, you're supposed to respect your elders, but yeah, I just don't see it for you, Matthew, okay? With your lying, cheating ass out here breaking up the group, all right? If it weren't for you, they'd probably still be together now, and I'm mad about that shit. But anyway, that is it, and that is our Thotty Maddie. Not Thotty Maddie, girl. Oh, that's funny. I thought he mad his Sunny day. He tried it, didn't he? Now, my Angela girl, we can call you Mrs. I'll call you Mrs. all day because we respect you. I respected you since that Tyler Perry movie, honey, when you was in that movie, letting them know, child. You ain't appreciate them walking around here with them little tight ass shorts on over there at the family reunion. But Matthew, yeah, I don't see it for you, child. Because they were talking about Matthew was sniffing them white lines back there and hollering at Beyonce mama and back there trying to proposition the little young girls in the group, okay, in Beyonce's group over there. That's what had happened, all right? Not to tell your business, Matthew. And then you was over there getting high and sleeping with that young girl that you cheated on Miss Tina over there with. That's what they said. But that's it, and that is all for this live, child. Hold on. Anyway, so let's get on out of here. All right. Thank you guys. True TV Podcast. Thank you, my backup Miles Rose Armstead. Thank you, Bill Wilson Tyra and KBR and Scorpion Miss. All right. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Sunny Days. Thank you. I saw somebody else in my chat. Let's see. Girl, what's the tea? Thanks for being here. Purple Unicorn, thanks for being here as well. Chronicles of Kim K, I think she might be in here as well. Thank you guys. Did I see any more? Did I see any more content creators in here? No. All right, well, we're going to get out of here, child, so I can go see about my child because he want to go outside and do all this other stuff. All right, so let me go be in mama mode. Thank you guys so much for joining the live. Please don't forget to like the video, share the video, and subscribe to the channel, okay? Love you guys down, and bye. Let me get back to my screen to over here, child. Thank you guys again, and bye.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They're deceived with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never ran